So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to another podcast, NSFUSA TV. Today, I'm honored to have the president of this great organization, Mr. Philip Masogwe, and Mr. OC from the Chicago Planning Committee for Chicago 2023. I'm so excited. Today, we want to talk about Chicago 2023. What teams should expect? What are we expecting going to Chicago? What is the level of preparedness and talk about the whole process. So first of all, I'll let the president introduce himself. Then OC, if you want to introduce yourself, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Nimi. My name's Philip Guy Masogi, and I'm the current president of the Nigerian Soccer Federation, USA. Thanks for having me, Mr. Nimi.
Yeah,
OC.
definitely. Thank you guys for having me. We're really excited here. My name is Osilam Omo. I go for by OC for short. I'm the vice president of the Gazelle Soccer Organization, and we're happy to host. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We're just gonna get started. I think the question will be for you, OC. The first question. This tournament was supposed to go to New York. We had some issues that happened, and it never went to New York again, and it moved to Chicago. How did you hear about this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, I know there were logistics issues with New York and certain other teams. But we received a call from the president, President Philip, from and he reached out to us and pretty much asked us if we were ready. And what we did within our body was that we got together, had an emergency meeting, sat down and see is this actually feasible for us? So though it's a short period of time, but is this something feasible? Can we give a great experience to the teams that will be coming? And we sat down, we looked at what our planning was. We did some research, and we said, yeah, we definitely will take on that challenge. We'll love to host. We think that it will be a good opportunity for us. We've hosted it in the past, and we'd love to do it again.
Okay, wonderful, Mr. Philip. President, you want to add anything to that?
Well, like you alluded a while ago, that there were some logistical problems with New York hosting. I had to come back home after I tried New York, tried Maryland and Colorado. None of them worked um, because of logistics, apparently. So we had to look for another alternative, which was Chicago. So I reached out to the Chicago crew, like he just said, the vice president just said, and they were very welcoming, and they said they could do it, and here we are.
Wonderful. That's really great. And knowing the fact that in such short notice, you guys are able to get to this stage, it is commendable. We're gonna go deep into it, but we're in the hotel. Seems excited. And the next question I wanted to ask for you, Mr. OC, has how has the process gone so far?
Oh, it's been really interesting. Obviously, we have a short period of time to work with here, but we first put in a committee within ourselves. Got special teams together to see how we can plan around this. Right, from we had to look at logistics from the hotel. We had to look at logistics from the field. We also had to look at what activities can we actually present. Right, is the house, what is the destination from the hotel to the field. We have to do all those logistics, and this is from us learning from the past in various tournaments that we've been through before. So I think it was really interesting us sitting down and planning this phase. We continue to plan this phase as we move forward, but it's something that we're definitely very excited about.
Mr. President, you've been, it's a home advantage. If you're going to go play a home match, you've been in Chicago and you
Mm.
having the eagle eye in there, the president of the organization. How has the process gone for you so far?
So far, it's been very great. Tasking, nonetheless, expensive. Also, boys, it's been great. All this the vice president just talked about. We had to do actual leg work. Remember leg work? Right? Actually drive from the hotel to the field to the airport to know how long the distance will be from each hotel. We saw different hotels, but this one happened to be one of the best that will accommodate everything we're looking into. So far so good.
Yeah, wonderful. And one thing about the hotel, I'll give you guys kudos to is the fact that, I've seen teams reach out to me and people, talking about is the fact that the hotel is gonna be just for um
Yeah.
it's NSF USA. So we're gonna have a party out there. It's just all of us, knowing all of us, so we could shout. I'm not saying shout to cause a ruckus, but we could shout, party, and do everything. So what are
Yeah.
the depth, if you could tell us about the field. The field is the most important thing. The field. How is the field looking? Is it an artificial pitch? Is it a grass pitch? How many fields are there? Just for the teams to know.
Um,
That's a you
I
can go ahead and
I
take
I,
that.
I think let me take this. The field actually is a sports complex. They have a total of 9 soccer pitches there, but we are taking 4 of it. Um, and they are all artificial turf. We did artificial turf because of history. History taught us well in Virginia that when it rains, you cannot play on grass, and we don't want no hindrance to our tournament this year. So that's why we pick artificial turf. I know the teams they're gonna love it. They are going to love it. It's a very very good atmosphere. I like Coach Anicha used to say, if you can't play soccer on that field, you cannot play soccer anymore. Just let it go.
OC, you want to add anything to that? Or
Yeah, no, I think the president said it definitely very well. One thing I want to say is picking fields and looking at logistics within a short period of time. This was actually where I think we're very lucky to get this field. We're very lucky to get it. It's 11 minutes from our hotel. It's a great field. We also not just only looking at the field, we wanted to look at how would players when they're not playing, how would you be around the field, right? We also have to look at logistics for vendors coming to that field. So it's something that we're really, really excited about. And just even securing that field was a big deal for us. So we're excited about it. You mentioned the hotel, and that's something that we're also proud and happy about as well. Yes, the hotel is solely for us. Just for our teams. We're looking to bring in even activities to the hotel where within the poolside or within the open areas we can have music playing. One key thing that I think that we're really proud that we're trying to negotiate right now with vendors is that we don't want teams to come to Chicago and start looking for vendors in Chicago,
yeah,
calling and saying, "Hey, where can how
right.
can we feed our teams?"
Yeah,
We want
yeah,
to bring the vendors to you. We want the vendors to be there. We want you to be able to have access to vendors right there saying, hey, come to certain room 105. Our team are there. This is what we want. And the vendors are in charge of getting that food to the room. So we want to integrate that process with vendors. I think that's something that we want to really start doing that we believe will stand out, right? And again, we were really happy to get this hotel. It took a lot of legwork, and we're really excited about that process.
Well, that is wonderful. You made a key point about vendors. We've gone to tournaments. You got a call, hey, we're gonna use
Yeah.
start going through the prices and all that. I'm talking about the field too. We use artificial pitches on the first day in Austin. It was wonderful, 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 wonderful. And wanted to ask you about, nightlife. What is going to happen on
That's not.
Saturday evening? Tell us
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Saturday
yeah. That's not
nightlife.
a problem. That's not a problem. Actually, I know some coaches will not like it when I say this because we're going to be disturbing their players. But we're looking at it the entire 3 days that you're in Chicago. We have activities for that. So although the hotel is in the outskirts of Chicago, driving into Chicago is a great is a great experience. It will take you like maybe about 30 minutes to drive into the city. um, we have events literally from Thursday to Sunday. We have events
Wow.
going on. Players who unfortunately do not get to move to the next rounds and are available on Saturday. That we have the beach events that are going on where they can go with their families if they bring their families or their significant others or their kids, right? We have beach events that are going on by the lake and North Avenue. We have promoters that are setting that up for us. On Sunday morning, there's obviously a day party that we have as well for those who don't make it, who don't qualify as well. There's a day party that they'll be excited to be a part of. We have like a couple day parties going on, so that would be
Wonderful.
great. Sunday evening, we're focused on the banquet. The good thing about the hotel is that the banquet and we don't have to drive anywhere to the bank for our banquet, right? The hotel is gonna host it. We have a section where we're gonna host the banquet. Now, for all those other people that want to just be in the banquet for about an hour and want to go to see nightlife, we have a dedicated event. We have a club in Chicago. It's going to be Club U that will host us. It's going to be amazing. We've already negotiated with the owner of the club. Um, just players will just come in. There will be a lot of people. There'll be a lot of people from Chicago there. It's going to be a big party, and that's a send-off party. So we have events. We have events in Chicago. It's not. You shouldn't worry about. Oh my God,
Well,
what are we going to do? Yeah.
as regards on Saturday, I'll make sure. I hope the likes of Gamtex or DG are watching. You wouldn't worry their coaches on Saturday. After they are out, we could, they'll focus on
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the beach event in the day, and the evening on Saturday evening. And again, I apologize to the coaches that are hearing this because their players, some players might come out. Um, but Saturday evening we have a beautiful set going on in Chicago at one of our locations, Bureau Bar as well,
Well,
where they can listen to African music and really enjoy themselves.
yeah, we really, first of all, from an organizational standpoint, it's looking like this is going to be a phenomenal experience. You've talked about all the things you've talked about. It's just, again, planning between now to September is really key. And I think you guys are on the right track. Mr. President, um, quickly,
Okay.
I'll let you speak. I'll let Osi speak. For everybody watching, the Nigerian community watching, because as again, we want to make this a Nigerian carnival where Nigerians are coming, all Nigerians are coming to Chicago. We're trying to show our culture, trying to show it's not only Nigeria, sorry, the Africa is coming to Chicago. Mr. President, just to round up quickly, what should teams expect when they come to Chicago? What are you telling teams to expect?
Well, like you said, it's gonna be a carnival. Apart from that, I'm just looking at the business part of it right now. Um, we're gonna be doing something different this year in terms of player registration. We'll let the team reps know when the time comes. We are also thinking, the executive is also thinking of doing player passes for the players. We're going to try and make sure it look very, very professional. I know we are amateur teams, but we're going to make it look like you're playing for Arsenal. Um, and secondly, the officiating. I was on the phone with the president of ISSA, that's the Illinois State Soccer Association, the other day, and we're talking about officiating. So he gave me directions on how I can make that happen. We're probably going to be using MLS referees. We are sparing no expense in making sure this is going to be a very good tournament. I know in the past, officiating has been a problem for the teams. Argument here and there, but this year, I'm placing a bet on that they are going to be happy with the officiating because we are getting top-notch referees from Chicago. So that's one thing we'll
And
be expecting.
and you guys heard it right from the president. Don't quote me on it, but the president is saying there may be a potential MLS caliber referee on that field. So, that should mitigate officiating issues, help us with officiating issues. OC, to round up, what I see you're the activity guy, Mr. President, it's all about business. You're the
Yes.
Mr. activity. So for the people for the people in the streets, what are we expecting from Chicago 2023?
Yeah. So before I talk about the activities part, the fun part, I want you to know this. Gazelle, we're coming to win the championship
Oh,
regardless.
Kinetic
So
will not like to hear that.
I
Calling Neke
yeah,
will not like to hear
yeah,
that.
I want everybody to know, although there's a lot of activities here for fun, but
Yeah.
again, it's still we're here to win. This is a tournament, we're here to win. And not only us, there are a lot of Chicago teams that are ready to participate. So if you love competition, this is a great environment for you. Um, Now, in terms of activities, we've mentioned it all. The hotel, free breakfast, there is a gym, all activities are based in the hotel. You will love it. The nightlife is amazing. I don't even know how else to explain to you. I'm sure some people have heard about Chicago. If you've never been to Chicago before, this is also a great experiment for you to come and love the city. It is Labor Day weekend. Obviously, you might run into a little bit of traffic, but the city is pretty much is going to be on fire. There's a lot of events going on, and we can't wait to welcome you, beat you at the same time. But
Oh man.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
we'll love to host you. It's an honor for us to do this.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a great podcast. I think we know what's gonna happen. We have a feeling of we have a feeling of safety with Chicago hosting. And for everybody watching this, go book your hotels because you want to make sure those
Yep.
hotels are booked. You lock in, so you could stay in the same facility. And Labor Day, if you don't book that price range that you have, there's a high possibility that you will not have that low pricing. So go book. So thank you, Mr. OC. Looking forward to meeting you, collaborating with you guys with Chicago. And Mr. President Philip,
Mhm.
thank you again for joining us, taking your time to speak with NSF USA family. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to Chicago 2023. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.